We are previewing NFL Week 4 here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and we're talking right now with the very well-respected Scott Kellen from 6centsports.com. Thanks for being here, Scott. And the first game we're going to talk about is the Niners at Jets. Now, the Niners, of course, are looking great this year, but last week they went into Minnesota in the Dome and kind of had a dud on both sides of the ball. I was kind of expecting that. A bunch of people were kind of expecting that. There was a guy who posted a big thread about how he thought that the Vikings were a great bet on the money line last week. But the Niners are clearly still a very high-quality team. They've got a very efficient offense, a very capable defense when it's playing to its abilities. Here they're a 4-point road favorite at the Jets. Now, the Jets, of course, their offense is maybe not quite as bad as originally advertised, but it's still nothing special. So the question, I guess, is which Niners team is going to show up? I know they've been practicing in Ohio. They didn't go all the way back to California. I'm thinking the Niners are going to come back with a strong effort here and get a win, and more likely than not, a cover of the 4-point spread. What do you think?
Yeah, I probably agree with you on that, Peter. Not a real strong play for me here, but I don't see how the 49ers can let down again this week. They were obviously caught last week, and even the game against Detroit, you kind of wondered at what point would they get kind of caught looking ahead or just laying down. After all the good talk about how great of a team they are, they go into Green Bay, they win that game. There's a lot of talk about them maybe being the best team in the NFC. They then defeat Detroit. I don't really have a big letdown in that game. There's even more talk about how good they are. And this was obviously a very good situation for them to lay down at Minnesota. They certainly won't be letting down this game. I think they've got the full attention now. So you should get a very good effort by San Francisco, obviously, in this game. So, between San Francisco being focused for this game is one thing, and the other side is I just don't think the Jets are a very good team. I had Miami last week and unfortunately lost that game, but from a Jets perspective, last week they averaged 2.7 yards a rush. They have not done very well in offense at all this year. I think they're averaging only like 3.3 yards a rush this year. They've been okay actually throwing the ball. Their defense is average, which isn't terrible, but for a Jets team to really succeed, they need that defense to be very good to make up for their inefficiencies on offense. And now obviously Revis is out. That's certainly not going to help them. So now you have an average defense with a below-average offense yet. Mark Sanchez missed a lot of passes last week. Yeah. He did come through for them in the end when they really needed him. You just look at this game, San Francisco has the better offense. They've got the better defense. They've got the better special teams. They're going to be focused in this game. I actually make them only about a 2-point favorite, but with Revis out, that's probably maybe closer to 3 points possibly. He's probably worth a half point, maybe a point. But you're going to get a full effort from them. And, you look at the Jets the last couple of years. They lost at home to the Giants last year. They lost to New England at home. Good teams. They did defeat Dallas week 1 last year. But they were all played in that game, and they took a Tony Romo interception late in the game. So they're not really beating good teams at home either. Right. They haven't played any good teams at home yet this year to really compare that to. And San Francisco, for me, does qualify in a rushing situation. Not the best part of that situation. I just think, the 49ers are probably the right side here. I do make the number about 48 in this game, and with such a low total, you could even maybe take a shot at the over in this game just because of the value. I don't know how it'll get there because I don't know how the Jets will score a ton of points.
Right.
But it's a low number that you don't need a lot of things to go right for you to get over the total as well. So put a gun to my head, I'm on San Francisco in the over.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's like I can see this at the end of the year, like San Francisco being in the Super Bowl, the Jets having finished 5-11 or 6-10, looking back on this game and saying -4 was a gift here. What about combining the two and just taking the Niners team total over? I mean, it should be under 24.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fine, right? Because I think they'll get there. I mean, The Niners score points, and they should be able to score, and especially with Revis out, that changes the Jets' defense completely now. Miami, to a degree, was able to move the ball last week against them when they needed to. So San Francisco can certainly do that. And again, I think the most important thing here is you're going to get a focused effort from San Francisco this week after what happened last week.
Yeah.
So you should get the best thing. Short of turnovers or something like that, they should be able to put some points on the board.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks, Scott. Great preview.